There were few things I enjoyed more in my youth than walking into a video game retail store and spending hours looking at the boxes on the shelves. I'd literally stand there for about 10 minutes with each box, scanning each and every inch of it, before putting it back into the shelf, annoying the fuck out of the hopeful salesman. The thing is, I never bought anything. Occasionally, if they'd have sales or used copies of interesting games, I'd buy them. And of course, when I happened to have my parents with me, I'd bring out the puppy eyes. But just like ye olde stores of the past had to evolve into the supermarkets of today, video game retail outlets must change as they no longer make any money off selling games. For a long time, these stores have sold games without much profit. What they do make profit of, however, are consoles and peripherals. To many of them, having games on their shelves is simply a good way to bring traffic into their store. Even if their customers don't buy any games, they might pick up a PlayStation Move gun or a wallet with an NES controller printed on it. But with game now struggling to hold their head over water, one has to wonder what the future of retailers is in this business. That is, if they have one. Video games are increasingly sold digitally, and despite the protests of older gamers who see the value in owning a boxed copy, I have personally broken enough discs in my time to see the security in having it accessible online. Even though most AAA games are sold at the same price in their boxed and digital editions, the publishers obviously knowing that gamers will pay $60 for the game anyway, so why not squeeze every single cent out of them, even though pushing it onto their machines through the net is way cheaper for the publisher. Many less known games are quite a bit cheaper online than they are boxed, and most indie games never get physically released. And even if you'd like to have a boxed copy, ordering it from Amazon or some other online store is much cheaper than walking into Game or GameStop. Some of them even deliver on the day of release. Plus, you don't have to stand outside the door for 3 hours waiting to be let in with 150 other gamers crowding around you. I fucking hate crowds. So, to me at least, the reasons for having physical locations selling video games are very few. Tricking your grandma into buying you body count when all you wanted was, well, anything good is one, but other than that, very few reasons remain. I, for one, go into game retail stores for their hardware. Even when they do have spring cleaning sales, they're nothing compared to the offers on Steam. And this brings me to my vision of the future of video game retail stores. Or, well, I guess you couldn't really call them that anymore. I am both a console gamer and a PC gamer. I am an omni gamer. In the past couple of years, however, I've moved quite a bit further into PC gaming. With age comes wisdom, I guess. But I still find it very annoying to shop for hardware. Hardware I like buying from physical locations because if it's broken, you can return it. It's different with software. If that's broken, they'll patch it. But hardware retailers are so sterile. And if you go in there, finding a guy who's as passionate about gaming as you are is really hard. Most of them are simple salesmen who know more about the routers and camera equipment they sell than the difference between the latest ATI and Nvidia graphics cards. So why isn't there one retail store that sells all gaming tech? One store uniting gamers regardless of platform preferences in their quest for a better gaming experience. Take the games out of the equation. They simply aren't profitable for a physical location anymore. But mice, keyboards, headsets, controller grips and cameras are. I have never walked into a store where I could get a new multi-core processor, a mousepad, a Kinect, and a third-party USB extender for my PlayStation at the same location. I want that. The fact of the matter is, all software is moving online. So it's only natural that games follow. Hardware, on the other hand, is physical. So it's only natural that it keeps its presence there. I haven't bought a physical copy of a game for a long time, but Gamersgate, Good Old Games and Steam have all had their fair share of my income. If someone would open a store selling each and every piece of tech an omni gamer needs and wants, that store would be my chapel. I guess they work better when you're 9.